and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
And the elect are going to see that firsthand. When we come down from the chariots, man, and we get, you know, comfortable again on this earth, and just, you know, setting up the kingdom and doing as we may, and just living our lives, we're gonna have our children by the abundance, and we're gonna enjoy our children. It's not gonna be where our children are in school and while working. No, we're gonna enjoy our children. We're gonna grow our children up the best way they see fit. And we don't have to really do all of that. We don't have the best way they see fit. They're gonna grow up with the best knowledge and understanding anyway. Okay, because they're gonna meet other men. Plus, we're gonna have to set up tutors and stuff like that to teach our children. Because we're gonna have so much children, we won't be able to really deal with just all of our children at once. But our children are gonna know us though. Eventually, when they get to a certain age, they're gonna recognize us. You know. So yeah, there you go, man. As it says in the book of Isaiah 60, it says that all of Israel shall be made righteous. So how would that be the case? Because the environment itself that we're going to set up is going to be righteous. The whole earth is going to be under the vibration of the Lord Himself because of the commandments thereof. Right. So there's not going to be no pedophiles and people like that, the range people that's looking at your 6-year-old son or boy a certain way.
Trying to offer them ice cream for shots.
Yeah.
Or kebabs for shots.
Come
on. Precept back in Isaiah, I was reading Isaiah 41. Let me get that again. Because there was more meat there.
Come on.
So back in Isaiah 41, starting from verse 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, thy Redeemer and Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, and thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small.
So we're going to go from having no might to having spiritual power, extreme spiritual power we're going to have. Like it says in Deuteronomy 28, that no might will be found in thine hand. That didn't just apply to slavery times. It also applies to right now, because everything that Esau has done to us, even in this eon, we couldn't do anything about it. You know, if Esau wanted to come down on us with the cops again, he could do that all over again, and Jake would have to still be protesting over and over again, doing the same thing. So we still don't have no power in our hands yet, this very moment in time. You know, so that's what's going on. But we're gonna transition from being. We're gonna transition from having no power to having extreme power. And with that spiritual power, we're gonna beat down our enemies. Go on, brother.
Just a little bit more. It says that thou shalt be a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, and shall thresh the mountains and beat them small, and they shall.
So what does it mean that we should thresh the mountains? Meaning thresh the governments.
Yep.
Hence you have this meeting called the
G20?
The G20 meeting, which is a summit, which when you look up the term summit, it means mountain or the highest part of the mountain. So in other words, you have these politicians, they're like the highest. They're in the highest position of the government, basically. But there's obviously people that control the government, which is your shadow government, which includes the Rothschild family and all of these individuals, which they're basically the puppet masters, pulling the strings of your prime minister, telling them what to do. Okay? So we're gonna thresh what? Governments.
Yep.
With spiritual power. We can't do that now because we're frail and sick. We're all contorted, we're destroyed out here. So we can't do it. Plus Esau's blessed right now with the sword. So with the frail bodies that we have, we can't go against Esau. Only way we're gonna be able to go against this man is if the Lord gets us to this level of power right here. So let's read this again.
Khan, if I may just say something quickly before I do. Even the fact that they call themselves the shadow government shows that they're fucking cowards, man. Yeah. If you have all this power, you
come out with yourself.
Exactly. In the kingdom, we're not going to be hiding, like, oh, we're running shit, but we're going to hide. The fact that you're doing it in the shadow shows that you're fucking cowards, man. So, read it
shadow
again.
boxer.
That's a good point.
It says, fear not thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Who's the Holy One of Israel? Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And as it says in the book of Isaiah 63, that the year of his redeem is come. So that day is soonly approaching. When he comes back, he's going to destroy this white man's system. He's going to destroy the people thereof. And as well as he's going to set up his empire. He's going to destroy one empire and set up another empire. as it says, that the saints shall possess the kingdom. We're not going to go cowing down and asking and begging for our kingdom. Going before them in their banks, asking them if they can give us a loan or reparations money so that we can establish our own. No, we're going to take and possess the kingdom.
That's right.
With the power given, according to the Bible. Just like how all empires got started out. Empires got started out when another nation grew in might and they took over other nations. So we're going to have that ability to possess all of these different nations by taking them over. With the extreme God-like power we're going to receive. As we are, our names is what? Yahshua Allah, the princes of God. It says that in the book of Psalms, I believe it's 82, 84, where it says, we shall die like men. Ye are gods, but ye shall die like men. So naturally, we're actually gods, but we have little to no power. But the Lord is going to transition us to men of great power. And with that great power, that's how we're going to set the kingdom up. Right along with Yahweh Shah. Let's read on.
Yeah, and it says, behold, I'll make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth,
Right.
and thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff.
And make the hills as chaff. Go on.
And thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them.
And the whirlwind, in other words, the destruction. The east wind is going to scatter them. Now, the term east wind is just symbolic of saying the wind of destruction. Go on, brother.
And thou shalt rejoice in
The
Yahweh.
whirlwind, have you go on.
Salakia. Yeah, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel.
And we're going to glory in the Holy One of Israel. And it even says that in the book of Revelations, the 15th chapter. Oh, no matter of fact, I'm wrong. Psalms 146, if you can, brother, get me that. Psalms 146. Because not only are we going to have spiritual power, but we're going to have a double-edged sword executing vengeance upon the people, our adversaries, the accuser of our brethren.
You sure it's not Psalm 149?
Yeah,
Yes, sword, yeah.
149,
Okay, come.
Yeah, so it says,
And it says that we shall praise the Lord in the dance.
yeah. Psalms 149, it says, verse 2, and let Israel rejoice in him that made him,
Come.
let the children of Zion be joyful in their king.
Come.
Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing prayers unto him with the timbrel and the harp.
Come. There you go. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be dancing as well as we're going to be executing vengeance upon them. The judgment written. There you go. Go on, brother.
Reading on, it gets into it. For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation.
Come on, go on.
Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud on their beds.
Come on.
Let the praises of the Most High be in their mouth,
Let the praise of the Most High be in their mouth. Go on.
and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen,
Go on.
and punishments upon the people.
So how are we going to be able to do this? With spiritual power. We can't, like I said, we can't go against these other peoples with the little to no power that we have. Well, it's still under the curses, but once the curses lifted off us completely, the power is going to come in there, as it is written in the book of Psalms again, that in the day of thy power thou shalt be willing. I'm roughly paraphrasing. They shall be willing in the day of thy power. What are we going to be willing to do? Consume all of these nations. Humble them. And then once we've humbled the rest of them, they're going to be our slaves, because we can't kill all of them. We can't knock all of them off, because we need some of them to build our cities up. You see? So that's how it's going to be set up. That's how the kingdom is going to be situated. By going against these people, humbling them, scaring the living daylights out of them to submission. Once we scare them into submission, they're going to build our streets.
Yep.
And all of our streets will be paved with gold. They're going to build our walls, and all of our walls are going to be made with gold and all of these different kinds of gemstones written in the book of Revelation 22, I believe. Go on, brother.
I got one in Isaiah 40:29 says, He giveth power to the faint,
Yes.
and to them that have no might he increaseth strength.
Right. And to them that have no might, he have increased of their strength. What did the Lord do? The Lord took away our might. Just read the curse in Deuteronomy 28.
God.
Now, when you read about King David, you read about what's the other guy's name,
Samson.
man? Samson.
Yeah.
These men had power. They had spiritual power, to where they can actually bend metal that's like super thick with the palm of their hand. Yeah, cut. So that's power. We're gonna retain back again, brothers.
Yeah.
If you can, brother, hold that, brother,
Come.
and get me the book of Malachi 4.
Can't.
Because Malachi 4 talks about that as well. They that be weak shall be as David. So let's continue on with that, brother.
I'll carry on,
Yeah.
yeah? He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength.
Yeah.
Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahweh, thy power shall renew their strength.
Right.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They
Come.
shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.
That's where the bus is going to stop next. We're going
Yeah.
to be saved, and when we're saved in those chariots, we're going to be changed into something else. Those angels, I don't know how we're going to be changed specifically, but what I do know is that in those chariots, we're going to be changed from being who we are in the flesh to being extraterrestrial beings. And with that, we're going to be able to conquer these nations and get the respect that we need to get back so that we can be reverenced and prophecy can be fulfilled. In Isaiah the 60th chapter, when all of these other nations, when they see us, they're going to know that these are the sons of God, and they're going to have to give tribute. All right?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Go on, brother. And you know what, too? Like,
yeah.
many will say, well, these are Old Testament prophecies. No. The Old Testament prophecies still apply.
Yep.
When you know the scriptures and you're in tune with the Lord and His Spirit, which is in this book, you know that the prophecies in the Old Testament will still stand, will still be actualized in this reality. Because even the men in the New Testament spoke about the Old Testament. That's all they had, actually. All they had was the Old Testament. So that's why they made references to Old Testament scriptures. And we still do, okay? And as it says in the book of Psalms 40 and 7 and somewhere else, that Yahweh Shai is spoken of through the whole entire book.
Yep.
It's this whole book, okay? So we can't forsake the Old Testament. No, the Old Testament is just as important as the New Testament.
Just a quick precept on that point, if I may. Slakia. Jude 1 and 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of thee, saying, Behold, the Lord Yahushua cometh with 10,000s of his saints,
Right.
to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them
God.
of their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches, which the ungodly sinners have spoken against him. And if I may speak on
Go on,
that,
brother.
Enoch was seventh from Adam.
Yeah,
That was an Old Testament prophecy,
very good point.
but yet we're still waiting to see that actualized. So
God.
just on that point.
God, exactly. So that just goes to show you that the Bible hasn't, like many have said, it's been tampered with, or you have you have New Testament believers, and they're putting aside the Old Testament like that doesn't matter. That's been tampered with, right? No, the whole Bible is what it is. The whole Bible is the book of life, and every single word is going to be known and declared on the earth. So you got let me reiterate what I said, and I'm going to correct myself. You got people that have said to us that the Bible has been tampered with. You got people that have said that they don't believe in the New Testament. You got some people that have said that they don't really believe in the Old Testament because it's old. It's just old. It's played out. No, it's not played out. Prophecies are going to come in effect, as we just already showed. Okay? Go on, brother.
Did you have something? Or did you call for Malachi 4?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Malachi 4. Come on. Yeah.
Which verse, Brother Kashar, or just the whole thing?
What you could do is, I think it's in verse, let me see. That's it right there, yeah.
Right, verse 2.
Yeah.
Malachi 4 verse 2, Thawada. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings,
Come.
and ye shall go forth and up as calves of the stall.
Come.
And ye shall tread down the wicked,
And, yep, go on.
for they shall be ashes under the soles of thy feet. And in that day I shall do this, in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts.
That's, man, boy,
There
oh
be
boy.
ashes under our feet.
That's power. For the nations to be ashes on our feet. So we're gonna break them asunder. We're gonna break them to little bitty, basically to ballistics. Let me use that term instead. So that's power. So with that kind of power, now we're talking. We could take over the world. We could possess the kingdom. We could take the kingdom, like it says in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, that the saints shall take the kingdom.
We're not going to ask, we're not going to beg, we're not going to...
Cow down.
Exactly.
Right.
We're going to take the kingdom. So let's run that again. See, when you read the scriptures, you have to actually thoroughly listen to when you hear the brothers read the scriptures, man.
Khan.
You got to read this, even when you're reading it by yourself, you got to read it carefully and analyze what it's saying.
Alright, so I'll read it again. Malachi 4 from verse 2. But unto you that fear my name, so the name's important,
Right.
shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
God.
And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be as ashes under the soles
But
of thy
they shall
feet.
be as ashes under the soles of thy feet.
check it.
That's fucking power for your ass, man.
Yep.
Because even like when you get into a fight with somebody, you can only but do very limited damage to somebody, man. But
No, it's perfect.
if we're able to do that kind of,
No, it's fine.
what's wrong? It's
No,
all right.
it's okay.
Come. If we're gonna be able to do that, beat the nations to ballistics like this, that's power, man.
Yep.
That's power that we haven't, like, no one's ever seen before.
Out of this world.
So with that kind of power, I want to say again, now we can take over. Now we can actually go face to face with Esau. We can go face to face with any government with the highest technology they got and still take over the world. With that kind of power, man. Come on, man.
And you know why? Because we waited on the Lord.
That's
Ooh,
right.
That's why.
Well said. Well said.
That's right, brother.
Because, forgive me for saying,
No,
but
go
you
on,
was talking about, woe unto you that have lost patience. You know, Lord willing, we won't lose our patience.
God.
But just to say something quickly, this is going to be beautiful because when brothers, Lord willing, are getting spiritual power, Esau's going to be bringing out all his technology.
Yeah.
Things
It's not
that,
going to be enough.
yeah, and things we haven't seen. Like we see fragments of what Esau's got
God.
technologically wise. But you know, you see those videos of them little robot dogs running around and these robot soldiers and stuff. They just haven't been armed with guns yet. But Esau's going to be pulling out all the stops. So if we get the spiritual powers, we're going to be having fun with it, man. We're having fun taking on their flipping robots and Terminators and super soldiers.
Those same dogs are on level 1.
What's
Right?
it?
And level 1, they put them at level 1 at the moment.
Yeah.
And they've got another 20 more levels to go. So imagine what number level 20 is then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah. We'll see it all.
You
Lord
see
willing.
all of it.
We'll be able to destroy all of that shit.
They're gonna need a number that don't exist for us though.
Oh,
when we get
man.
to the crowd. I got one for you, yeah. Zephaniah 3 and 8 says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh thy power, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even my fierce anger, for the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And remember what Yahweh said. Yahweh said, ye shall do what I did, but more and greater.
Yep.
So how are we going to do more and greater than what Yahweh is going to do? We have to receive that same kind of level of power. Because the power that he's coming with, Yahweh he's literally going to heat. Man, I'm telling you, boy. Because you got to remember, he's the begotten spirit. So we know that the spirits are powerful. We know that the angels of the Lord have significant amount of power. Right? And we've all even experienced it, man. Like, as Esau calls it, sleep paralysis.
Can't.
When them spirits fuck with you, man, you can feel their power.
That's right.
And those are low-level spirits.
Right.
So just imagine what kind of power the begotten spirit has. Man, he'll be able to take this shit up in with just one fucking go, man.
Yep.
When the Lord comes back, he'll be able to just take this shit down, and even the power we're gonna get. We're gonna be on an angelic level, a high angelic level, to where we'll be able to throw down our enemies and beat them under ashes, as likened unto ashes. That's crazy power. Man.
Precept.
Go on, brother.
Have you finished?
No, you go.
All right. Just it says Psalms 2 and verse 8.
Ain't nobody fucking with that.
Come on. Psalms 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance,
Come on.
and the uttermost parts of the earth for
And the
thy
uttermost
possession.
parts of the earth for thine possession. So we're going to own nations and own the earth. But we'll be able to do that easy because we're going to have that extreme level of power to do that. We're even going to have the power to be able to attract what we want. We could just be sitting down and we can be looking at, some woman that we like and just gravitate that bitch to us. Like, just sitting there. You ain't got to walk up to her. And people are going to be drawn to us anyway because they're going to seek the extreme magnificence, the great majesty of what the Lord is going to place upon us, man. That glory is going to be next level. Because you see how people look at us now. They take pictures like we're a spectacle to the people even on a small level. So just imagine when we wear the actual proper garments with the expensive with the expensive materials.
Baba Kasha, to bring up the scripture, brother. Elder, I'm going to have to cut all beautiful brothers. I'm going to have to cut you here for a second. Psalms 37 verse 4. Now this is going to touch you brothers and anybody that's listening on throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Psalms 37 verse 4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So if you're a brother that's into women, or you into your garments, or you into your house, or whatever you're into, the Lord is going to be able to give that to you.
Whatever in your mind, brother.
Whatever you want, you'll be able to get it. And check this out too. What did he tell the disciples in the book of John 19? Not John 19, Matthew's 19 and 24. He said, whosoever for sake of houses, lands, brothers, families for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold.
Come on, brother.
So we're not, man, we already got what's coming for us, man, by the abundance.
It's rolling.
All we gotta do is just
rolling.
just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Forsake this world entirely, because there ain't shit in this world, man. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
We've seen too much to know that there ain't shit in this world. Come on, man.
I've got a little testimony here. On the way down here, a dog was like, one butch-looking dog was like barking, just looking at me and barking, right? And the spirit just said to me, just look, and I just stopped and I looked at it, and the spirit, I just said to it, move, right? And I just, in my mind, before I did that, I knew it was going to do it. So that was just like on my own little way of thinking. I was saying, that's faith. When I walked away and I saw the dog, it ran.
That's beautiful.
And all that, because you know, like sometimes you got owners of dogs, and they know their dogs are out of order. They don't put them on leads, but sometimes they want to get you, make you get you intimidated. And I wasn't intimidated, man. I did it because I was vexed with them anyway. You understand? So I looked at the dog and I said, move, and the dog just ran back to its owner. Big, butch-looking dog, you know. But I got a precept. Sirach 8 and chapter 1 says, Who is as the wise man, and knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. 5. Who keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. You're talking about spiritual power. On a low level now, if we believe, which we have a low level of spiritual power now.
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing. You know, we're going to be able to command over the beast on a high level when that time comes. But right now, we're building our faith and it's growing, man. You know. So he says that the wise man's discerning of an interpretation maketh his face to shine. So people, we may not be aware of it, but people can see there's something about us, something different about us.
Like when Moses came
and
down from
dogs
Mount
too.
Sinai.
Yeah.
So like I didn't mean to cut you, but when Moses came down from the 40-day fast, his face was glowing. He had to put a cloth over it because his face was shining. I've got a quick precept on this, on the topic. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him.
You know, we could actually finish it on that scripture right there. Because what I'm going to say is this. We have too much to look forward to, brothers. It's too much. So, I mean, we really don't really have nothing to be afraid about. We have nothing to lose here. So much to gain in the future. And that's all it really takes, man. Esau's dead out here, man. Like, even the people, they're through. Esau's completely done out here. Like, there's nothing else to look forward to, and what Esau has to say, and what else are they gonna, come up with, and technologically wise and what have you. It's all boring. And this world is just getting boring to me personally.
That's right.
Beautiful.
I agree with that.
It's actually getting boring, man. It really is, man. And I know you, like you said, I know you brothers feel the same way.
Bro.
Because we already have it in our mind's eye on what the next world is gonna be.
Right.
Come on, man. But anyway, that's all we gotta say, man. Giving all of the praise to the Most High and the Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
And with that, we out. Wah, ba, ba, ba.
Waba Baba Ba. Shalom.
It's a great point you made, because if you look at the films, Esau keeps remaking the same films. And